In this video, I'm going to break down different terms used on Amazon. The first term, very commonly used, is ASIN. ASIN stands for Amazon Standard Identification Number, and this is a unique code for every different product. So think of it this way, Amazon will assign you an ASIN, and this will be different for each of your products, right? So no products on Amazon have the same ASINs connected. They're all different. And this is one way to identify your product apart just from the product link that you use. So if you want to share your product with someone, you can literally just share the ASIN, and when they go to Amazon, they can put in the ASIN on the search bar and your product will show up. And so they don't really have to use the direct link, right? They can either search using the ASIN, or they can literally just open the product using the link that you shared. And obviously they can type the product in the search bar, and if it shows up on the first or second page, they can go through that process as well. Now remember that ASIN usually starts with BO, and you can find the ASIN most of the times in the link on the Amazon page, right? And you can also find it below on the detail page. ASIN is also used to search your product in the Amazon inventory tab. Next up is the stock keeping unit, which is also called SKU in simple terms. SKU is something that isn't assigned by Amazon. You can customize it however you want while creating the listing again. This is mostly used for your own ease. So for example, if I have a product that is a basketball, I can name it BAS, and that would be the SKU of the product, right? So I would know, right, okay, I got a basketball with the SKU starting with BAS. And this is again completely customizable. You can change it whenever you want, however you want to. Next up is the FNSKU. FNSKU stands for Fulfillment Network Stock Keeping Unit. Now this is basically a sort of label that Amazon uses to track your inventory, right? When you're sending in the inventory to Amazon's warehouse, you have labels on every product. A lot of the time, sellers just use manufacturer barcodes nowadays as FNSKUs, but this is entirely up to you. You can either use the manufacturer barcode or you can use the FNSKU, which is the shipping label generated when you're actually selling in the labels to Amazon's warehouse. Next up is UPC. UPC is a very common term. It's also used outside of Amazon. It's called a Universal Product Code. And what it means is, it is basically something that you have to purchase outside of Amazon. So you have to go to GS1, which is the assigned partner of Amazon, where you can purchase these UPCs and you can use them to create your own listing. Now remember that a lot of listings are only created using the UPCs. Some of them are exempted. There is a program in Amazon called GS1 exemption, for which if you apply, you don't need to use any UPCs to create your listing. One other Amazon specific term is called BSR. BSR means best selling rank. And Amazon basically has millions of products in their inventory, right? Amazon assigns BSR on the basis of your product rankings. So for example, if there are 100 products in one category and your product stands at 5th spot, your BSR is 5th in that category, right? And so think of it this way, the lower the BSR, the better performing your product will be on Amazon. The higher the BSR, the worse your product performs on Amazon. Something else that you'll notice is you'll hear a lot of parent and child variations when you're setting up Amazon listings. Parent and child variations are basically different variation names for products. So think of it this way, that there's a parent group under which there's like 10 different size variations. The parent itself doesn't really exist. It's just a term that is used to group different child variations under a single parent. And so parent listings aren't really physical listings. They're just sort of made up listings, and then there are child listings under the parent, which are actually real listings. Also remember, if you're purchasing a UPC barcode from GS1 and you have 10 different variations, in this scenario you need to purchase 10 different UPC barcodes and not just one. So 10 different variations, 10 different UPC barcodes. However variations you have to purchase that many UPC barcodes from GS1. And always just go with GS1, don't go to any third-party websites, because Amazon can block your listings sooner or later.